Hi, I'm Payana. I'm a book-obsessed metalhead. So seasonal reading is not really something that I do, but because it's spooky season, I thought I would do a video and talk about some of my favourite books about zombies and the living dead. Some recommendations, if you will. The first book is World War Z by Max Brooks, probably the most popular zombie novel out there. This isn't actually a novel, it's a collection of witness accounts of the zombie wars from all over the world, from all kinds of people. And that's what makes this book so creepy. Seeing survivors recount the trauma or just the experiences, how they coped, how other people coped with this horrendous new situation. It is so realistic, and after I'd finished reading this, I really felt like the zombie wars were real and had happened, and that all of this was true. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. The main character, Robert Neville, seems to be the only human in the world to have not been affected by this strange disease that turns human beings into bloodthirsty vampire-like creatures. He's safe and can go out during the day, but at night he has to barricade himself inside his house to keep safe from the mobs of vampires that try to lure him out. And he has to make the most out of being the last human being alive. But is he really alone? We've become the Walking Dead! The Zombie Autopsies by Steven C Schlozmann, who on top of being a zombie book writer is also a child psychiatrist. The coolest child psychiatrist. This book is a series of medical journals by scientists who try to uncover the secret behind the zombie virus that is affecting humans. I appreciate the biological scientific side of things. I'm a nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's also beautifully illustrated. And we follow these doctors and scientists as they try to isolate the virus or protein that's been causing this disease, whilst they try not to get infected themselves. Fall down! Alice in Deadland by Menek Dar. Alice is a 15-year-old girl living in India after the world fell to the zombie invasion. This part of the world is governed by the Central Committee, but Alice grew up in an independent community where she learnt how to use weapons. There have been rumours of non-violent zombies coming together and forming an underground community. And one day when Alice is out on patrol, she comes across a strange zombie with a pair of rabbit ears, and she follows him down the rabbit hole, quite literally. Dominum. This is a brand new metal band from Germany starring a Dr. Dead who has found a way to cure all the great woes of life. Behold. One way of putting it. So he and his faithful horde of zombies are coming to take over the world with heavy metal. There are 2 videos out so far, and this is very much Kate Blanchett level heavy metal, very beginner friendly. Boneshaker by Cherie. This is a steampunk novel. It starts in 1879 Seattle, where the entire city is shaken one morning by the Boneshaker, a machine created by scientist Leviticus Blue to drill through the ice of Alaska. This machine drills through a pocket of gas which turns anyone who breathes it into zombies. The city is then abandoned to the living dead mob and a wall built around it in order to contain the disease. 16 years later, Ezekiel and Briar Blue, the son and widow of Leviticus Blue, decide to venture back into the city in order to find out what really happened on that day in 1879. They deal with airship pirates, city refugees, low-life drug dealers. This book is packed with imagination, a lot of imagination and adventure.
Drink with the living dead.
The Bourbon Kid series by Anonymous. So this kind of pisses me off because all the books that I have just mentioned regularly appear, like I regularly see them on listings with like zombies or living dead or whatever, but not this series for some reason, and it really bugs me because it's one of my all-time favorites. This book takes place in a isolated South American town called Santa Mondega, and it revolves around this character called the Bourbon Kid, who is a serial killer who murders innocent people in a sadistic way for no reason, and he's the hero. He's like the one that you get rooting for. It takes a very special kind of author to pull this kind of thing off. So this city is plagued with vampires and zombies and ghouls and the four horsemen of the apocalypse. There are deals with the devil. Later on, the Bourbon Kid joins a like living dead group of bounty hunters, which include a vampire killer, an Elvis impersonator, Elvis, the strong man with a metal hand, Rodeo Rex, Red Mahawk, who has his own book, and a group of ex-sex workers. All of this is spiced with the most pleasing humor I have ever come across in a series like this. A lot of people compare it to Tarantino's humor. I actually disagree with that. I think it's more like Guy Ritchie's humor, like sort of Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch type of humor, because the author has this kind of way of connecting everything at the end of these novels, which is super pleasing. Tarantino has a more chaotic writing style, I find. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this. Anyway, there are 10 books in this series, and they are all as pleasing and as crazy, and it just gets more crazy as it goes on. Like, I cannot recommend this series enough. I wish it was talked about more. It really bugs me that it's not like more popular, but yeah. And finally, this one is for my French viewers, because I know I have French subscribers. Salut! This is Jamaiplu by Josiane Balasko, who is a French actress. It's a collection of short stories heavily inspired by the work of Edgar Allan Poe. Jamaiplu means nevermore in French. And one of these stories is about zombies. It's called adoptunzombie.com or adoptazombie.com. And so the world has been overrun by zombies, but they're not after brains. They're after hugs. They're after the warm and close loving contact with living human beings. And the whole story revolves around this website encouraging the living to adopt a zombie and provide them with hugs and give them a home. But it takes a special kind of person to adopt a zombie, because zombies can get kind of smelly. Consider joining if you dare. So that's it. Those are my zombie/living dead recommendations for this Halloween. I do have some zombie books on my list, and I haven't read a zombie book in a minute, so I definitely need to do that again. Maybe come up with another list for next Halloween. Who knows what will happen? In the meantime, do tell me if you have read any of these books, what you thought of them. What's your favourite zombie novel? Don't hesitate to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.